But you think about what's to come with Guido and Ryan Murphy, and oh my goodness, the list goes on and on of great male backstrokers we've got here in the playoffs with the ISL. Nikolaev, who won match 11 in that death match to get DC into the playoffs, might just pull off the upset here.
How DC gets both 100 backstroke wins. And Coleman Stewart, by the way, who was nowhere to be found, did surge home to get second, but the story, DC getting it done in the backstroke and a 15-point jackpot win for Nikolaev.
Coming home. He's just kind of inching into this thing. The world record holder right there with a gold cap coming up, making a charge, but the only guy right there.
Again, you're not always sure what lead is big enough, but a lead going into the skin certainly is going to help you out if you're trying to make sure that you finish in third overall. And King, I might say, looks pretty confident. She's won this event 14 times, and we've seen her haul in as many as 19 points in this race.
Wow.
Got Molly Hannes right next to her.
Molly Hannes gave her a run in the 50 breaststroke yesterday. She was second in the 50. Cali needs to do this because Shymanovich is probably going to do the same thing in the men's version for energy in the next event. And right now they're looking pretty good. 1-2 right now for Cali. Little red popping up there. That's going to help matters.
King is going to win the 100 breaststroke for the 15th time in her ISL career, and it is Cali 1-2.
Boy, that's a great time. Again, we're not talking about times much here, but because of that time, 1:03.6, that's the second fastest time of the year thus far in the ISL. That's why you see all those reds right there. The times don't matter except for when you get a great time like King just did. Cali is gonna load up on the points and just destroy energy when it comes to points here. They will score 0 because Cali will grab them all on that jackpot.
So they outscore Energy Standard in that event alone.
And Cali's got 2 really solid swimmers. That's Kevin Cordes right there. And then they've also got Nick Fink. I don't think Fink's going to get jackpotted. And right now, Jeff Julian, the coach, has got to feel pretty good about where his squad stands right now. Shymanovich is the only swimmer to have won this multiple times. 8 different times Bernie Shymanovich has won this event. He was obviously win the event. He has to win this event. Hopefully pull along his teammate Felipe Lima right next to him, and then he needs to jackpot a Kevin Cordes. He's not going to do that against Fink. The jackpot time is 2 seconds flat. And right now, Fink's looking good for at least third, maybe second.
But Shymanovich is going to get his 3rd breaststroke win here at Eindhoven. 55-77, just a couple tenths off the league record, folks. Shymanovich was flying, and he flies home to a 19-point jackpot win.
Exactly what King did. Almost to the exact point Shymanovich did it. So all those points King had there pretty much made up on the men's side with this amazing swimmer. Not only just close to the ISL record, he was only 0.4 of a second off his own world record.
Back, and Cali still sitting on top, 24 points ahead of Energy Standard, while DC sitting comfortably in 3rd as the playoffs roll on here from Eindhoven. 21-75. We've seen Santos time and time again go after that rookie. He's gone 21-81, 6 100ths off the world record, and we'll see if he can win this 50 fly for the 10th time at 41 years of age. He is so much fun to watch.
Not quite the start that we're used to seeing. 0.60 quick on the time. I didn't think he hit that that spot quite as well. A little short on the turn. He's going to win the event at 41. Will he break the world record? There comes the red.
Santos gets the win for Iron. Not the cleanest race he's won, but Iron will take it. 15 points, hauled in by Santos, and Iron needed that. If you're trying to keep pace with DC.
And he will tell you, just things were not quite there. Great on that reaction time, but just didn't quite. You see his knees drop a little bit, so that's going to affect his streamline. And you see the shortness on the turn right there, right in front of you. He's just a little short on the turn. Good finish at the end, but that's going to cost you a couple tenths on.
And look at how tight it is at the top, folks. Cali Condors lead down to 18 points, while Iron surging here on day 2, trying to catch the DC Trident. Part of what goes into the strategy, obviously, is the skin stroke sometimes can dictate if you can go male-male and still have your best swimmer in the...
But you can see, you're saying, well, why don't you use Lilly King on the second leg? It's just not the way it matches up. You've got to throw in those 2 legs from the men's side, especially of all these waves, short course. It's a lot of chop for a woman, or a man for that matter, to face the last 2 legs. Right now, across the board, look how even it is. It's gonna come down to the breast and fly, the middle 2 legs here. 50 flat for Reloff, a little slower than he was, and everybody was a little slower on that backstroke leg. Stewart was 50.3. He was under 50 on his individual bit, but coming way back was Reloff. That gives Cali a little breathing, and now you can see where can Dahlia come back on Skrdai and give Hines a little bit of breathing room on that freestyle, because she's going to have some space between her and Sjöström, who anchors for energy. Whoa, what a split. 55-6 for Shymanovich. Nick Fink, 56-4. So they look like they're going to hold off Cali's B team, end up being at least 1st and 4th here.
This is what you expect. Energy Standard so good on the relays, and surprise, surprise, they took to day 2, but Energy Standard's gonna get it done, and we'll see if this is enough for Energy Standard to take back the lead, folks. Typically, Energy Standard's getting wins, and they're getting jackpot relay wins. 30 points hauled in by Energy Standard on that relay win, and they've taken the lead up in front of Cali by 19 points now.
Wow. They were snake bit on the relays yesterday. 4 of them then they lost.
And they're on top, surging ahead of the Condors.
25 down, Cali is, and that's not insurmountable. Not when you have Beta Nelson in there. She's done it all for Cali if she can get through to the next stage, and that's a big if. 23/100ths of a second separated top 4 in the 50 back yesterday, Bernie, but Beta Nelson did not swim that race. She'll be up there in lane number 3, and if Cali ever needed her to come through, it's right now.
She won the backstroke skins back in week number 2. She scored 35 points. Sheridan Dreskel scored 23 points.
And remember, her teammate De Waard tied for victory yesterday. So that's a nice little 1-2 punch that Cali's got going for him there.
All right, only 4 will survive round number 1. Mack and Duluth already looking pretty good at the top for DC. Beta Nelson really's got her work cut out for her.
Yeah, she is running 8th right now.
But a great turn gets her back into it. But again, only 4 are gonna move on. It is Harvey, Duluth, De Waard, Scalia, Beta Nelson is out. Oh, she doesn't survive.
That was quick.
The first round.
You have 4 teams. All 4 teams will have a representative here. That's what we talked about, how close this skins was coming into this race. To help anybody, it's going to help De Waard and Scalia out.
right, only 2 will survive this second round. Duluth, De Waard, Harvey, Scalia, all battling, and De Waard looks pretty good here the first 25. She's going to be the first of the turn. Trying to move on for the Cali Condors.
She stayed underwater water the longest.
De Waard trying to outlast the field and move on, and she gets the round 2 win, and Harvey is out. De Waard, Duluth, those two move on to the final round.
I think that really helped De Waard. Just being in the water, shaking those cobwebs out, shaking that lactic acid out. I think it really helped De Waard and have that ability to come back. Good start by both. 0.62, 0.63. De Waard comes up first, though.
And De Waard is going to be the first of turn. We'll see if she will stay down here on the backstroke. A little longer off the wall. Cali Condors pick the skins, and they are going to have the skins winner as De Waard gets the job done for the Cali Condors. She wins round 2 and round 3. Event between Energy Standard and the Cali Condors.
He's won this skins event 3 different times,
including in match 10 and match 11. And Hopper's up there in lane 1 trying to wreak some havoc for DC. Only 4 will survive this first round. Cali Condors hopes riding on Justin Ress. Can he move on? Indeed. De Boer, Ress, Lobanowski, Hoffer, Energy Standard is out! That's a game changer, folks!
Energy is out!
Clean start for Justin Ress.
Boy, he looked good popping up too. Halfway point, he's right there with De Boer. He's not gonna get jackpotted, that's for sure.
Going stroke for stroke. Justin Ress is gonna make sure that the Condors get the win in the first playoff match as De Boer wins the 50 freestyle round number 2. It's gonna be enough for the Condors to move in front of Energy Standard.
He's won this skins event 3 different times,
including in match 10 and match 11. And Hopper's up there in lane 1 trying to wreak some havoc for DC. Only 4 will survive this first round. Cali Condors hopes riding on Justin Ress. Can he move on? Indeed. De Boer, Ress, Lobanowski, Hoffer, Energy Standard is out! That's a game changer, folks!
Energy is out!
Clean start for Justin Ress.
Boy, he looked good popping up too. Halfway point, he's right there with De Boer. He's not gonna get jackpotted, that's for sure.
Going stroke for stroke. Justin Ress is gonna make sure that the Condors get the win in the first playoff match as De Boer wins the 50 freestyle round number 2. It's gonna be enough for the Condors to move in front of Energy Standard.
Great start by De Boer. I mean, just spectacular off the block still.
It's like on a whole nother level from Ress here in this third round.
Goodbye.
De Boer's gonna win it. He might even get a jackpot win. Again, the jackpot time, 0.85. De Boer, skins winner for the 4th time as Iron gets the skins win. 12.5 points, the difference between the Condors in energy standards as the playoffs kick off in a major way.